Welcome to AstroEnergy with astrologer angel Shelley Overton. Hello and good morning. Welcome to the AstroEnergy show with Shelley Overton. My name is Shelley Overton. It's nice to have you here, and it is a lovely day in Orlando. It is 86 degrees today, and we're probably going to get some rain. It was pretty humid yesterday. It was, I went for a walk yesterday morning, and I had to cut it short by a couple laps around the property because it was just too humid. I don't do humidity well. I'm kind of a Northern European girl, so I like the cooler weather. So how did I end up in Florida, A family actually is the answer to that question. So anyway, let's see what we have going on. So this week has been really busy, and astrologically, well, not even astrologically, news-wise, there have been a lot of things going on with combination of the all the ambushes and the things going on with people getting killed. Yeah, that's not very fun, is it? I don't like talking about that. But it is part of what we're experiencing right now. And then also the politics here in America, political things going on. The Republican National Convention is going on right now. Very chaotic, very wild start to the whole thing. So I was trying to remember what has been going on this week besides, all the police officer shootings, and what else is going on? Just politics. There's just so much. I honestly don't remember a whole lot of what's going on besides that. I guess my attention tends to go more towards some of the issues around politics, but I have been really good about not paying attention to a lot of the rhetoric. I just can't process some of it. It's just, in America, the politics have been going on since last year. And I just recognize, having lived as long as I have, that I don't need to expose myself to all this back and forth, because really what it comes down to is, as long as you go over the issues and find your candidate in the week, I would say probably the week before, although it's always filtering into our environment. The week before you go to the polls and you really get an idea of what each candidate stands for and where you are aligned with them, that's pretty much what you need to know to vote. And you don't need to see a lot of the rhetoric, a lot of the campaigning. It's just so hyperbolic now. I can't even take it. It doesn't even matter who I'm going to vote for ultimately, because all the candidates are just so over the top this year. I mean, it matters. Let me qualify that. It matters. But as far as watching what they're saying, it's just like so much yappiness going on. I just want to smack them and say, get away from me. That's just me, But it's part of the way we do politics in this country. So what are you going to do? You love the country. You got to put up with it, right? Anyway, so let's get into some astrology. I've been writing more in my book this morning, so I'm very in gear for some astrology, and I'll be writing all afternoon. I'm really hot and heavy trying to get it done because I want to pick a release date. And right now, the one that jumps out at me is in October, but I don't know if I can wait till October. So we'll have to look. There are a few more good dates between now and October, so I really would prefer to do it in late August, early September. So it might be that. We'll see. I'll let you know. Anyway, right now, 27 degrees Leo on the horizon. Actually, I take it back. That was at 9 o'clock this morning. Let's just update that and see what we get, because that's a little outdated. It's probably Virgo. Yep, 23 degree Virgo rising in Orlando right now. So that means Jupiter is at 19 Virgo, and North Node is at 13 Virgo retrograde. We've got Mars at 25 Scorpio, Saturn at 10 retrograde Sagittarius. We have Pluto in Capricorn at 15 degrees retrograde. Moon is at 23 degrees Capricorn. I'll get back to that in a second. Neptune at 11 Pisces retrograde conjunct the South Node at 13 Pisces retrograde. Uranus in Aries at 24 degrees. Sun at 27 Cancer. Venus at 9 degrees Leo, Mercury at 10 degrees Leo, and that brings us back around to the beginning of Jupiter in Virgo. So today we have an inconjunct still, but it's a parting inconjunct between Mars and Uranus. So yes, last week I mentioned that there was more that was going to be happening. It is a parting energy, which I'm personally relieved about, because that means that now things are going to start to calm down a little bit. Between now and August 2nd, Mars is going to be finishing up all of those emotional things, pretty much all the emotions of what we've already been going through with all the national stories, the news stories, and aggression. Oh, yeah, we had Turkey. There was an attempted coup in Turkey that didn't happen. That'll be interesting to see, because that was also part of this Mars-Uranus inconjunct energy. And Uranus in Aries, it is aggressively asserting your autonomy. That's what Uranus in Aries is. And then, of course, the Scorpio is about taking the action, taking plutonic action, so major life-changing action, and asserting yourself, which is Mars, towards what you see as your desire/need at the time. And Uranus also is very strong planet for touching the masses. So we have that energy that is riling up everybody. And again, that translates also to politics with what's going on at the convention, because Uranus is the energy of chaos and shift and change. So there's chaos in the change. And then Mars in Scorpio is politics. So you've got that also affecting news stories in a different way. So that kind of gives you an idea of how, yes, the energies are there, but they're translated differently depending on where they're at and who's interpreting it. So we've got Saturn in Sagittarius retrograde. He goes direct in August. He goes direct August 14th. And that's like an approximation. I haven't got my book open to the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it's the 14th, because that's my dad's birthday. So that's why I remember that. But I will look it up just for you. Okay, so 13th. So in time for my dad's birthday. But it goes direct at 5:50 a.m. on August 13th, 2:50 Pacific, 5:50 Eastern. And then my biggest excitement is Mars going into Sagittarius, because that's going to take away a lot of this intensity, the emotional intensity. Now, Sagittarius is a sign that will take action. So Mars in an action-oriented sign, it's a fire energy. So we're going to see more energy driven on global politics and global events. I know we've seen some, and they're pretty intense, but it's probably going to even get more, because what happens is Sagittarius is kind of an energy, being a fire sign, that it wants what it wants when it wants it, and it will take the action immediately to get it. Now, the difference is Saturn in Sagittarius going direct in a couple weeks, and Mars going in on the 2nd. So it's literally only 11 days from the Saturn going direct. So once it gets into Sagittarius, it's moving very quickly towards Saturn. Saturn wants to create the structure, wants to create the culmination of what we've been doing in Scorpio. So we have the Scorpio energy saying, I'm very deeply moved and passionate about this, and something has to be done. I want to take action. I want to set off a bomb, metaphorically and sometimes literally, but that bomb of shift. It's like, boom, it's got to change. I can't take it another second. If you've been feeling that, that's coming out in your chart. And then moving closer to Saturn in Sagittarius, it's going to be combust. So they're going to be coming together. And I use the term combust. Now, that may just be a solar thing where planets hit the sun, but I like that term because I think it's an accurate term. Combust is when two planets are right at the same spot and they act in tandem, and they're very powerful. And these two planets are going to be very powerful together because Saturn creates the structure, Mars takes the action to do it. And in the sign of Sagittarius is fortunately a very positive energy. Now, Saturn can be more of a negative, restrictive energy, but Mars is alongside Sagittarius in the fire energy. It rules Aries, a fire sign. So it's like the burning fire to take action and get it done. And that's going to happen. So all of this summer so far and late spring that we've been feeling, man, I just want to do something. Why can't I get it done? Mars conjunct Saturn in Sagittarius. That's when you're going to get it done. It's going to come to manifest because Saturn's a manifester. Mars is an action taker that makes things happen. So he's the engine and Saturn is the car. So we're going to get it done. August 24th, major shift going on that day. Will it be without complications? No, probably not, but it is going to be a very strong energy towards moving forward now. We're shifting, we're changing, we're going towards freedom. I personally think that Turkey's going to they're probably going to rise up and maybe attempt another coup somehow. I know that there are a lot of people that were arrested and, threatened with death for the attempted coup, but if the change wants to happen, the change is going to happen. It just may have to happen again in a different way. Anyway, so we've got this energy of Mercury and Venus right now at 9 and 10 degrees Leo. That is also trining Saturn today. So Mercury is trining Saturn. Mercury is ideas, and Mercury is, honestly, it's what's going on at the Republican National Convention. It's talking a big game. That's what Mercury and Leo is. So Leo likes hyperbole. It likes to paint big pictures and interesting stories and tell the tale, and probably larger than life, probably whatever it's going to do to get your attention. And it's in positive aspect to Saturn and Sagittarius. So that means that Saturn's going to help it make some kind of structural shift and make it happen. And then Venus at 9. So Venus is 1 degree off of Mercury. And that means our desires, we talk about it and then we feel it. And then Sun's going into Leo pretty close here. I think it's the 19th, which is, ow. Just hit myself in my face with the glasses. Sorry about that. I apologize to you for having to listen to me doing that. So what is today? Today is the 19th. So I was just noticing Uranus goes retrograde also on the 29th. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so on Sun enters Leo on Friday the 22nd at 5:30 a.m. So we've got that coming. What's that? Friday is 3 days away. So that's a lot of energy in Leo. That's like fire, fire, fire. And today, and we haven't even gotten to that, today's a full moon in Capricorn, but the fire energy is gaining speed, gaining momentum. And, we've got all these energies. There are going to be 6 planets in fire. I can tell you we're going to have fires probably this week and into next week because that's the energy that's coming out. And especially with Uranus in Aries, that's weather and it's air. And so when those all rotate into alignment, definitely we're going to see some more fires in this country. And probably in Canada, I think they were feeling it last year as well. But so we've got the Sun coming in to Leo, backing it up, and then that's going to be ego. So we're talking a good game. We actually feel like this is comfortable. This is something we desire. We desire the attention. We desire to tell our story. And it also is about children, and it's about creativity, my top 3, romance, creativity, and children. So there could also be some romance coming in, especially if you're a Leo, you're inclined or have a lot of planets in Leo, you're more inclined to connect to others. So you're going to be feeling that this week. And then let's see, there's a direct opposition today, obviously, between the Sun and the Moon, which gives us a full moon. And so the full moon is in Capricorn. He's only 7 degrees, 7, 8. Why can't my brain work? 8 degrees off of Pluto, but the exact full moon, I believe, is at 27 degrees and 40 minutes. So I don't have the time for that, but it's coming up pretty quick, probably around noon. So the full moon is in Capricorn. It's about the structure, and it's about relating to the structure of the system and what's going on with hierarchy and authority. And hey, I take responsibility for that. I'm the one in charge. That energy is in the spotlight. So obviously, again, the Republican National Convention electing the person who's going to be representing the Republicans. That is an authority energy. So we're seeing that culminate today. And so it's coming out of us. We're feeling probably with the moon in Cancer, or excuse me, the moon in Capricorn and sun in Cancer, it means hold on a second. It means that they're exchanging energy between the ego and the emotion, between the masculine and feminine, and they are reflecting each other's views. So we're seeing a lot of energy around family, and because the country is a Cancer country, the sun represents the country, and the moon right now in Capricorn represents authority, and the moon is the ruler of Cancer. So we've got this dynamic going on that we feel something honestly deep in our soul from the mother and father energy. So this is like a time of really connecting to how the energy of mom and dad resonate in our lives. How are we like them? How is that coming out? What do we do that nurtures us or others that relates to mom? Or how do we interact in a broader sense? And it can be mom doing it too in a broader sense of structure and career. But the home and the career energy are really strong as well because of Cancer and Capricorn right now. So that's, the full moon is a culmination of all the systems and the organizing and the taking responsibility for things that we've been working on in the past, well, let's not get into moon cycles, but in the past month. We'll just leave it at past month since it was full last. And so now it's coming, and even since the new moon, when the new moon hit in Cancer, and then now it's the culmination in Capricorn. So we've got that growth cycle on a small scale. I'm not getting into moon cycles this time. But anyway, okay, let's real quickly get on to our topic of Leo and Scorpio and the dynamic between the two. So Leo, like I said, it's ruled by the sun, which brings in the sense of ego. It is the fifth house ruler, which is children or goods of the home. So it can also mean, and there are a lot of different places in the chart that I look to for nuances of this, but it can be real estate or moving. Whenever planets trigger the end of your fourth house going into the fifth, there can be a move. And a lot of times when we see planets go in personal houses between the fourth and fifth, someone may be having a baby and then they end up moving, and they seem to go hand in hand. I know I did when I was pregnant with my son. We had my son and then we moved. And also my daughter. I was pregnant with my daughter and we moved again then. So it can kind of go hand in hand. So Leo energy does have a connection to property around the home, being the second house from the home house. And then there's energy of children. There's energy of, like I said, I mean, there are certain go-to archetypes, the gambler, the parent, the teacher, somebody who interacts with children. Children are a strong energy of this. And it's a creative energy. It's a romantic energy because Leo wants to have a place in the world. They want to connect and relate. That's what they do. And no matter what the cost sometimes, if there are other planets in that energy, especially Pluto in Leo is a very strong, so the generation of the 50s, people born in the late 40s, in the 40s and 50s, have strong Leo Pluto, which means that it's a generational aspect and it's passion around that Leo energy, around those ideas of home and family and how it should be. Then you have Scorpio energy, and Scorpio rules life and death, and it rules nuances, it rules intention and intensity and passion and major change in your life. It rules legalities, it rules death and rebirth and the transformational energy. So when these two energies square each other, they square each other in the zodiac. So when they're aspected by planets, they can really bring out story around intensity, around drama, around children, around what's going on legally, and even it can be endings around relationships or even marriage. And it can be also, especially late degrees, it can be speaking out things that may not be truthful. They're hyperbolic or expressed in a larger than life way. And Scorpio is about the hidden and the secrets on the negative side, and then bringing out the truth on the positive side. So when we see planets, so it's coming up later on in August, I believe. Let me look. It might actually be a little bit late for late August. I'm going to just look it up because I'm kind of curious myself, actually. So we're going to have some late degree Venus at early August, 24 through 30, or through 29, actually. And then also, so the first week of August, so we've got 29 degree Mars in Scorpio and Venus at 24. So we're going to be feeling this energy the first week of August. So look out for things, especially in your chart, in your personal world, but definitely on the national stage, things coming out that are not truthful, or people were taking advantage of other people, or fraud, I guess, is the word that probably most succinctly comes to mind when you have a late degree Leo and a late degree Scorpio. Definitely a time of fraud coming out. So you can be a victim of it, or you can also hear about it, or secrets are going to be shown. Definitely Mars going into Sagittarius is a really strong energy for secrets that are going to be revealed. And so in the next couple weeks, keep an eye on the news, because there are going to be things coming out that you did not know. So that's kind of the story of these two energies. So we have the creative side and we have the passionate side, and they don't always come together. But the ultimate truth is learning to work together with those energies and learning how each one has its role. And when you have squares in the zodiac in your chart, and then they come out and then they hit and they're difficult, and then the aftermath comes, the aftermath is telling the story of how to work together. And that is passion and drive and the story, and trying to manifest something that's more concrete for a relationship. Scorpio is commitment to marriage, and Leo is romance and relationship. So there's definitely a commonality of energies with squaring planets and squaring signs. So look for the commonalities, and then that's where you'll get your reward after the difficulty of the square. So that being said, let's see, 11:22. I'm going to take a call, I think, first. Hang on one second while I get my charts all ready. I've got to open my little AstroEnergy file so I can find out who's calling me. Let's take the first caller. 828. Hi, 828. How are you?
Hi, it's Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. Hang on one second. Okay, let me see if I can find your chart. How you been?
Horrible.
No, don't say that. Oh, so you've been having a hard time with the planetary energies then, huh?
Well, it's not just that.
Okay.
You got 925 as my birth time? Remember that
I do. Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Okay, so I moved from Asheville, North Carolina to Roanoke, Virginia, and I had an apartment set up. I paid the deposit, and I had everything together before I even got into town.
And when was that?
The 8th, July 8th.
Okay.
I came up here, and when I went, paid my first month's rent and got the key, and the apartment was filthy, dirty, mouse droppings, and there was black.
Oh my.
Black.
Yeah.
And the lady, the property manager, didn't disclose that there was black mold in there and that it was nasty, filthy, dirty. And so I moved out of that unit into the next unit behind it, but there's still black mold in there. And I'm not staying in the apartment. I'm trying to stay out of there and at friends' houses until they fix the black mold and the water drainage off the building. Can you see why or how this happened? And
yeah, because Mars in Scorpio. Scorpio is a water energy, and it's things that are hidden, and it's in your house, a home, and family, and it's coming right up on Uranus, which is the energy of understanding and information, but you have Uranus retrograde in your chart. You also, let me look at July 8th and see what that was all about too. I'm kind of curious. Because
I even had to call code inspection. I called the city code inspector on this to get them to fix the problems.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't have anywhere else to go. I didn't have any money, and the only reason why they accept me in an apartment is because I didn't make enough income, but they were going to work with me on that because I always make rent and I have good rental history and everything.
Right. Well, hang on one second. Let me just see what I've got here with my charts before I go saying anything else. I want to make sure I know what I'm telling you here. So give me just one second. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, July 8th. So, yeah, that's interesting. You had the moon at 8 degrees Virgo on that day, and that revolves around health, which definitely black mold is about health. And it's also the moon was squaring Saturn that day. So, for me, what I see is in your natal chart, you have Mars going through your house, home, and family in Scorpio, and that can bring out water situations. I can tell you Neptune retrograde is also, it's like you're lucky Neptune's retrograde because it actually showed it to you as opposed to moving in and then you found out, I mean, like you never found out or you started getting health issues. Definitely, because I'm telling you this because personally, this transit has been affecting me and my water issues around my house as well. So that is the culprit in your chart right now, Mars is in Scorpio. If you can wait until after August 2nd, when Mars goes into Sagittarius, it's going to be better for you. And I do see that Mars conjuncting the Saturn hits within 2 degrees of the cusp of your home and family house leaving, which means that you're probably going to find a different place that's going to be much healthier and much more in alignment with where you need to be. I'm sorry that you had this difficulty going into this place. I wish I could have given you a heads up that something was going on there. I don't know. I know you've called periodically. I don't think I've heard from you recently, but yeah, it's Mars and Scorpio. I would honestly not do anything until after Mars, at least at the very minimum, gets past Uranus, your natal Uranus. But I would even say wait until August 2nd. If you could even move like August 14th, that would be even more beneficial when Saturn goes direct.
They're fixing it.
Well, they may not get it done till then. I mean, maybe they'll do something, but definitely it's wrapping up of an old story. So until Mars gets to Sagittarius in your house of home and family, you're probably going to be dealing with the issue. And then right now, hang on a second, I'm going to look at my other chart. I've got 3 charts going for you right now. So, yeah, Sun is in Cancer as well, another water sign. And that means that it's also at the end degrees of the water energy. So there's wrapping up. And also in a spiritual sense, when we deal with these, I mean, definitely everything in our lives comes into our world as a reflection of some other energy or belief system that we have, because we wouldn't be in that situation if we hadn't vibrated into alignment with it, which is the law of attraction. So, I'm not saying you're to blame, because that's one thing I really am very conscientious. You're not to blame for anything that is negative. What you are is you're vibrating at a level that is resonating to these issues. So if you were vibrating somewhere else, you'd be in a different place. So these are emotional issues, and they're expressed in that way. And I think that may be hard for some people to understand, but when you dig deeper than the superficial, you definitely can see that if you find the place, well, I'm not even going to go that deep with you. I'm just going to say these issues can be resolved, but it probably won't be resolved until after the beginning of the month. I would say starting August 2nd, but maybe not even until Saturn goes direct and Mars conjuncts, which is going to be the 24th of the month. So I think that, right now, unless there's some other place you can move or live, you're probably not going to have the whole thing settled until the beginning of September or late August. But it is in your benefit. I mean, not only is Mars conjuncting Saturn, which gives you a more positive place to live, because that's going to happen. I think that Now, was this a place that you moved far away to be at? Like, where did you move from?
Asheville, North Carolina, to Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay, so you did move to a new place. So that would be, okay, so what's going on there is probably the replicating of the action that you have to take with Mars retrograde and Mars direct. After, the best advice I can give you is just after August 2nd, when Mars goes into Sagittarius, it'll clear Uranus, it'll get out of the negative water energy in your house of home and family, and then it's going into something that is more about positivity and taking action and not getting bogged down in a lot of the emotionalism, which will translate into getting rid of the mold, because Sagittarius is about dry, warm, and Scorpio is probably more about, well, it could be cold. It's fairly passionate, which I always liken to warm, but probably Uranus and Scorpio in your chart, it's more damp cold, which is mold. So I would say after the beginning of August, very strong for a shift for you. And then also other planets will be in Leo, which will be in your first house, and then you have much better energy going into your first house. And pretty soon, September, we have Jupiter going into Libra, which makes your Jupiter return. You have 0-degree Jupiter in Libra, and right there on your Saturn. So I think late August and September, October is going to be much more positive for you. I really want you to know that that's going to be a major shift for you.
Right.
And I don't want you to keep, well, I know it's difficult. Right now it's so difficult to get out of that dark, depressing place, because Mars is saying, okay, you think you're ready to move on? Wait till I turn the energy from 23 degrees to 27 degrees and then 28 degrees until you just can't take any more, and then things change. When Mars gets at that last degree, it's like, no, I just can't do this anymore. And then that's when the shift happens. And because of the story of Mars direct, Mars retrograde, Mars direct, we've had to go over some things we've already done. And you've done that. You know, you moved, you had to move again, and you may have to move one more time. But it'll be a final move, and it will be a better place as long as you do it in August. Okay?
Well, I don't have the money to move anywhere, and they're fixing the issues as of now.
But, well, that's awesome. Then the issues will be fixed, and then that will be the final resolution. But
right.
I can tell you, don't worry about the money, because Saturn moving direct, he's only 2 degrees off of going into your house of money around around home and family. Money's going to come. I mean, that's a big story for you. I mean, right now I understand that you've got Moon. Let's see. I keep looking at the wrong one here. Let me look at this one. Jupiter is in Virgo, and so that energy is very much about frugal qualities, because Virgo is the frugal, analytical energy of the zodiac. It's very much cheap and tight with money. When Jupiter goes into Libra, yes, there's still a bit of aspect around that, but it's about owning the connection to other people. And I think that there's going to be someone coming in, especially because Mars in early Sagittarius sextiles or is in positive aspect to Jupiter in early Libra. So I think the rest of the year is going to start looking up for you. I really do.
So just hang in there until it gets fixed?
Yeah, I think there's not much more you can do. Definitely things will start to move, and things will get done after August 2nd. That's going to be a huge demarcation. And again, August 14th when when Saturn goes direct, and then the 24th when they join together. And when they join together, seriously, right after that, Mars goes into the next house, and it's moving on. And Mars is coming up on your natal Neptune in Sagittarius in your house of romance, creativity, and children. So again, like I said, remember what I said about Leo squaring Scorpio? And we've got that coming up here. That's like fraudulent stuff. So keep in touch with those people in, authority about what's going on, because you're getting a firsthand dose of that. You've got 25-degree Mars in Scorpio today. So you're kind of getting some of that energy, and you have Leo in the first house. So yep.
So I was thinking about going to the civil judge and doing a tenant assertion and asking the judge to order the people that misrepresented this apartment and involve me in this situation to put me up somewhere else until there's
well, definitely if you're dealing with Mars and Scorpio, that is legal energy. So, it probably would behoove you to make that attempt. Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Shelley. That's the apartment calling in. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Take care, Daniel. Bye.
Hello.
And let's see. I'm going to take a real quick break here, and then we can come back and take some more calls. I look forward to it. If you want to get a hold of me, the number is 347-994-3365. And here we go. In these days of stress, running around, responsibilities, we all need a little place to go to make it all better. Is that place sports, football, or maybe you like to garden, paint, or just listen to music? Wherever your happy place is, you can find a shirt or mug to reflect that happy place. At myhappyplace.rocks, we have a variety of lifestyle products, including iPhone cases, pajamas, and pet items, all with beautiful, colorful designs, which help us go to our happy place. Stop by on the web for great gift ideas for others and yourself. myhappyplace.rocks. Lenny Pickett appears courtesy of Random Act Records. Check them out at randomactrecords.com. Hey, welcome back. My name is Shelley Overton, and this is the AstroEnergy Astrology Show on Blog Talk Radio. So welcome back, and let's just see what we got here. I'm going to get rid of a few of these charts, and then we can talk to a caller. 202. Hi, 202. How are you?
Hey, Shelley. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? Who is this?
I'm good. My name is Kay. Spoken to you
Hey,
before.
Kay.
I don't know if you still have my info.
Yeah.
Hi.
March 5th, right?
Yep.
Yep, I gotcha.
1980. Okay, cool.
Yep. Sure. And just for everyone who wants to do it in the home audience, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, okay, what can I do for you?
Woo, got lots of things going on. Let's see. I would like if you could hone in on, I guess, career. I'm wanting to see when some steady income will come in so that I can move back into my place. I'm between spearheading something on my own and trying to get funding, and also finding just something regular so that I can have a steady source of income.
Okay, do you do teaching or health? What's your field?
It's film, but it's going to be a film about yoga.
Oh, film. Okay. Oh, health. So that, to me, that's health. Okay. So right now you are so close. It's so close. What is your benefit is Jupiter now is direct, and he is moving. You have a Jupiter in Virgo at 4 degrees natally. Jupiter's at 19 Virgo, and you have Saturn at 24. Saturn is the structure, and it's work, and it's going to be your career. So Jupiter is expansive and fortunate. Yes, it's in Virgo. Yes, Virgo can be tight. Virgo can be difficult money-wise. But I think what you're going to get is the partner. What's going to happen is you're going to end up with someone else who's going to help you out. And that's probably reiterated in your chart with Sun, Venus, and Mercury up in your house of commitment and money from partnership. So those planets, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury, are in Cancer and Leo, right there in your 8th house. And then you've got Jupiter coming up on your Saturn. So Jupiter on your Saturn means expanding your career, and it's late degrees, so it's the culmination of what you've been trying to do. And then the Sagittarius energy with Mars and Saturn is going to be at late degrees, 12th house for you. And so let me just see, that's probably going to be more important to get things out of, well, no, that actually, I take it back, that rules film. Ooh, I don't get that very often. So that's cool. Having it actually manifest in the real world and rule a tangible world thing, usually it's all the subconscious and psychological issues. But for you, being that you're making a film, 12th house is Neptune. Neptune rules film. So let's just see. Yeah, has it?
Yes.
So obviously August 24th, the two are going to come together. I wouldn't be surprised if Jupiter hits your natal Saturn around then. So let me see. Your natal Saturn is 24. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter hits 24 degrees on your natal Saturn on the 11th of August. And the 24th will be at 26 degrees, which is in positive aspect to Uranus. And so, yeah, I think that you're probably looking at late August.
Okay.
That's what I would say. And then also Jupiter hits when he goes in on at September 9th. It's going to be right near your midheaven, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity for promotion of work. But that's, again, it's Libra. That means there's a partner coming. So that's really what I would.
Partnership.
Yeah. And on top of it all, it's very interesting. Uranus is retrograding right near your Venus in Aries. That's also self-promotion. So Venus is your desire. And so the connection here, and what I really want to tell you, I got chills all over my body for this. Uranus is about your entrepreneurial energy and being autonomous and independent, and transiting your fourth house, is about your connectedness to your family and how you're independent with the family and how you're breaking free from whatever connection you seem to feel that way. It's like, no, it's time to do your own thing and be autonomous. At the same time, there's a connection between family and support of family around these ventures, okay? Your Venus is in Aries at 24, last degree of your house of home and family. So your desire in this life is to really show how you're independent and you can, be out on your own. Uranus, within 4 degrees of your Venus, is saying, yeah, you're going to do it. You have a desire to market yourself, to be out there, to sell something. And Uranus is retrograde, which means as of the 29th. So in 10 days, he goes retrograde for a few months. And that time is really looking back on family and seeing how you can shore up family to support you and maybe to pull in some energy from them. So if you're looking, because the Jupiter in Libra is saying, hey, I need a partner, and it's opposite the cusp of home and family. So I think actually looking at that, I'm thinking probably more of the story is going to be how you can break free from some of the family ties, so not get bogged down with them as a partner. But I see that the strong desire is there to really show them you can do it by yourself. But your chart also, it wants to partner with somebody. So you're looking to partner. Do you have, are you married?
No, but I really have a strong desire to partner. I do.
Yeah, and, it's there. I can see it's Pluto in Libra, and the moon and Pluto are at the same exact degree in Libra. So Jupiter is going to hit those degrees the last month of this year. I'm telling you, December, Jupiter will be on Pluto, on Libra. You're going to pull in a partner. I mean, you're already starting to think about it, and you're going to have it come September through December time frame. You're really hammering out what's going to happen for it. Okay.
Awesome.
Early next year, the only thing is early next year, of course, Jupiter does retrograde early in 2017. So that's going back and trying to figure out some of the ins and outs of how you interact with that person. So it's going to be like, you may not see eye to eye with how fast you want to do something or where or direction. Like there's going to be hammering out of like personalities probably more than, and the drive, because Jupiter is about the drive. So you're really going to be figuring out your drives, but the whole time Jupiter is still going to stay in your house of career, I believe. I don't think it gets out of that, because once it goes in, it's like 5 degrees. I know I'm probably flying so fast saying all this stuff. People
No, not at all. I'm
trying to keep up.
I know my chart, and I'm into
astrology,
so I totally picking it up what you're putting down.
No, Jupiter it only gets to 13. So once he goes in, he won't get back out of that house. So you're looking to have him go in that house, and I'll tell you when that is. So Jupiter at 5 degrees. Whoops. That's when he gets to your midheaven at 5 degrees. I'm so
Cool.
old school with my book. I'm a Virgo. Don't take my books away from me. I need my books.
Well, planets I have in Virgo, so I get it.
Oh, I know. You're like, no, everybody, you have to print things because the internet is unstable. Computers are not a stable platform.
Clearly.
Money. Well, when Uranus goes into Taurus, that's when people are going to go, oh, finances are going to be online because Taurus stabilizes a certain amount of that. But once Uranus goes into Gemini, people are going to rethink that. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the 3rd of October, Jupiter hits your midheaven exact, okay? Actually, I take it back, the 6th, October 6th, because it's there for 3 days and 5 days at 5 degrees, but it's 5 degrees, 42 minutes, and that's October 6th. So that will be the day Jupiter hits your midheaven. It'll be like, I think it will be a really strong time for connecting to a partner. And yeah, there's so much going on, significant between now and December, that it's going to be really, once we get Mars out of Scorpio, it's going to be like off to the races. That's the demarcation. Until Jupiter gets to Scorpio, we're free and clear. So we've got until a year from October. So make it count, okay? Make that count. And that's what's going to happen.
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you think that person is going to be new? I do have a guy that's I'm getting to know. He's a Cancer guy.
Okay.
He's a Cancer guy. Actually, his birthday was yesterday.
Oh,
so
happy
he's
birthday
a Cancer
to him.
guy with a Taurus moon, which I really love Taurus moon.
Let's see, Taurus moon. Taurus, where's Taurus in your chart? It's in the house of romance.
House.
So his moon, his moon's in your 5th, and his sun is in your commitment house. Do you know what his Saturn is? What year was he born?
79.
Oh, so pretty close to you. Yeah, so he has Saturn in Virgo.
In England.
And in England, but it's still, it'll still be Saturn in Virgo, which means that it's right between your Jupiter and your Saturn. It looks promising, and that's not surprising. Is he British?
He was born in the UK, but then came over here.
So he doesn't have an accent?
No, unfortunately. I did take one of those, though. That's fun.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know, right? Like the Brits. Anyway, so having a Saturn between your Jupiter and Saturn is really a commitment. And Virgo energy, while it can be prickly, once it commits, it's a very solid, because it's an earth energy. It's like, no, if I give my word, I'm giving my word. So it's very practical in that sense. So Jupiter's triggering his Saturn. If you're seeing him, he is home and family oriented. And I'm hearing an echo. Wow. So anyway, I think that that's a possibility for sure. So
okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Call in another time. We'll look it over, or you can, get a private reading, whichever. Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate
My pleasure.
it. Thanks.
Okay,
you're brilliant.
Take care.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Oh, you're sweet. I'll take it. Rubbing my nails on my shirt. Okay, let's take another caller.
Give me a credit.
Hello. Do you need more
Hello.
time? Hi, 901. Do you need more time? I can take you last if you want.
No,
Hi.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is Lenise. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
What can I do for you today?
Just recently had a birthday, and I wanted
Happy birthday.
know. Thank you. It was July 5th.
5th,
Thank you. 1963.
Awesome. Do you share it with Tom Cruise, or was he earlier than that, 62?
I think he's the 4th. I don't know.
No, that was the movie he was in. He's actually the 5th.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I do remember that. And my mom did pass away. We talked about that, and you saw it coming up in my chart.
Mhm.
She did go. So I've been dealing with that since March, but.
Right. There's probably still some stuff going on with that, because Uranus is in your house of death and rebirth and, legacies. So it's about to go retrograde. So there's probably going to be some issues that come up around that in, the next few months. So what can I do for you?
I just want to know what's coming up for me now, any relationship or anything that pops out for my new year coming up. Solar
I do see major life-changing relationship for sure when Pluto gets into your 5th house, and that's a really good thing. Let me see. It goes into 16 degrees and 10 minutes, which will be the 8th of December.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's always way off.
Oh,
Major
come on now.
changing.
It's not 3 years. It's only 3 months or 4 months. How long is that?
Okay.
Let's see. What else? We got August, September, July. Oh, August. How do you count the months down? August, September, October, November, December. 5 months. It's only 5 months, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen exactly on that day. It could be available anytime. You've got Jupiter right on Mars right now in Virgo, but that I will say, Virgo is the hermit, is the loner. So, everybody, Jupiter into Libra, partnerships, that's what you're looking for. So September 9th. Yep, that's what you're looking for. So that's going to be a big positive for you. You also have Saturn. Yeah, Saturn and Mars conjunction is going to hit 3 degrees off the cusp of your home and family house. Pluto is exiting that house. You have Saturn going in and Pluto going out, and that tells me you're going to move. Have you? Well, even if you have moved, I think you're going to move again.
Well, I'm moving on the 8th of August. It's been 7 years, and I don't know where I'm moving to, but I'm leaving there unpacking.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm glad to know that I'm on the right path and moving along with the plans.
You don't know where you're moving?
No, I don't know where I'm moving to yet.
That's interesting.
I could stay in my mother's house, but I'm not ready yet, and I don't want to sign another lease where I am. So I think I'm going to stay at my sister's temporarily until I get some clarity. Everything is so foggy now.
Yeah, definitely moving. You've got Mars, like I said, all that Mars-Saturn conjunctions happening 3 degrees off of the cusp of your home and family. And when Pluto goes December 8th into the 5th house, that releases everything that was home and family, which is also, that's been your mom. That was that energy of releasing the authority figure in your life, a parent. And then Saturn moving into that in Sagittarius is about being free to move to a place that lets you express yourself and you have a connection more spiritual because of the Sagittarius energy. You're going to move someplace that I would say is farther away. I don't know if you're considering places far away from where you live, but that is likely. So, and you've definitely got some romance coming into your chart, especially with Jupiter and Libra. And then even before the end of the year, when Jupiter gets to 14 degrees, goes into the house ruled by Venus. So let's see when that is. Jupiter at 14 is November, the first week of, no, that's not Jupiter. It's 16th of November. So after the 16th of November, you're going to have stronger energy around, So November, December is going to be a really big time for you.
Great.
Yeah. And I definitely see the potential for someone coming in for you. So, yes. Yep. It's there. Yeah.
Okay. So
I would just make it past. Yeah. You just have to make it past like Venus and Virgo. And then Venus gets to Libra also. Venus joins Libra or in Jupiter and Libra. Have mercy. People, you are going to be, the little love bugs are going to be floating all over the place. It's going to be like, darn it. Venus doesn't conjunct Jupiter and Libra. Wow, when does it? But it does hit Scorpio, so it'll be in Scorpio when Jupiter goes into Libra. So Venus and Scorpio wants to commit. So that's what that's about.
Oh. When will that happen, the Venus and Scorpio commitment thing?
I just closed the book. Hang on a second. I don't know why I did that. Should have kept it open. So Venus is in Libra all of September. Gets into Scorpio on the 24th of September. So, and that's also when Sun goes into Libra. So, yeah, Sun and Jupiter and Libra and Venus and Scorpio. Yeah, people are going to be committing and romancing all over the place. So,
Do you think it will have anything to do with the July 263 person?
You're asking me, you know somebody born 3 days before you?
Yeah, we talked about him before.
Yes. Yeah, I think I remember that. Love interest.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I have it here. No, March 2nd. Who was March 2nd? We have to change your love interest.
That. Yeah.
Okay, is he gone? Yeah. Okay, delete him. Yes, I want to delete him. So info card. Okay, so hang on. What time we got here? Okay. Let's see. Lenny's. Okay, you said he's July 2nd.
1963.
Do you know where?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. Okay.
But I don't know the birth time.
Oh, that's fine. We'll just do a sunrise chart. Yeah, watch out for those guys who are born close to your birthday, especially the same year. My guess is that's somebody that's important to you.
Well, we keep traveling together, but...
Do you?
Yeah, we travel, but locally we're kind of distant. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I'm just...
Well, let me just see what he's got. Okay, hang on. I'm going to switch there. Did I get that right? Yeah, because it's like the same chart. What the heck?
Yeah.
You have a late degree moon in Sagittarius. Pardon me? No, the moon in Sagittarius is actually traveling, and he's got moon in Scorpio. That's pretty intense. I have moon in Scorpio. His isn't far off of my moon, honestly. So I understand the intensity there. He's probably moody, and I can tell you right now he's probably a bit depressed. Late degree Mars in Scorpio. He's probably concerned about money, as they always are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But things are going to get better, definitely, because, he's, let me see. We did a sunrise. He has a sun in Cancer. And I've got to wrap this call up because I want to get one last caller in before the end of the show.
Okay. Okay.
No, I think that he is somebody that is definitely, he's like an ideal person. Like the Moon-Neptune conjunction, do you feel that way?
Well, the thing is he steps back. And that confuses me. It's like he's there, and then all of a sudden I never know when he's going to fade out.
Well, that tells me it's his rising sign. He's got some kind of, probably a Gemini rising. And he's got, let me see, that's you, love, interest. Yeah, he's got Venus. Well, you do too, but this is the deal. You have Venus in Gemini, and you have Mercury in Cancer. He has Venus in Gemini and Mercury in Gemini, which means there's a very strong chance that he's not coming clean with you, and he's probably got another person that he's also seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see that for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only thing. Like, if you want a committed relationship, man, there's so much connection between the two of you, but that Venus Mercury conjunct in Gemini, I would not go out with that person. Personally, I'd be like, sorry. Too much cheating energy going on.
Okay.
too many love interests. Pardon me? No, that's natal. That's natal for him.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, he does.
Well,
I mean, we could do a longer reading sometime, but he would have progression where those planets, because they're quick moving, they would be in other signs. But if they end up in Sagittarius, it's still the same energy. I'm still like, gotta go. See ya. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Okay, thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome. Bye. Okay, one quick question from 818. Hi, 818. How are you?
Good, 818? Thank you. Can you hear me?
You're welcome. Yeah, I can. Who is this?
Oh, Diane from California.
Diane. Hi, Diane. Okay, awesome. Gotcha. What can I answer for you?
Oh, I'm always looking for love.
You're always looking for love. Aren't we all?
Anybody new? Anybody old? Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably somebody old, but because the past, Neptune is transiting your house of commitment, and that retrograde, it's always from the past. Let's see what else we got here. You have Venus and Mercury in the first house in romance in Leo transit right now. And Jupiter, again, Jupiter going into Libra is definitely going to bring something. Mars going into Sagittarius goes into your house of romance. And so definitely August is going to be the month for you. And travel. Lots of travel related to it, too.
I love that. What a great one. I didn't think I'd get on it. I got such a happy feeling for it. I love you. God bless. Tenfold.
You're so sweet.
So happy. Thank you so
okay,
much.
Good. August. Oh, it's all coming. August through October. Great time to meet someone and go out. And you're probably going to have someone. Okay?
Love you. Thank you. Okay.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Great. Talk to you later, Diane. Bye. Okay, that's the show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Head down and keep moving. Full moon in Capricorn. Talk to you next week. Bye. Thanks for stopping by AstroEnergy this week. If you would like to get a hold of Shelley Overton, you can get her at astrologerangel.com, on Facebook at AstroEnergy or Astrologer Angel. The music was provided by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com with additional music by Ironwood Rain. Check them out on the net at